Hello. We are live. I'm just checking out all my devices right now. All right. It's gonna let someone in to the group. Welcome everyone to day one. Awesome. I see me. I see you. I see you. Okay. Welcome. Welcome. All right. This is day one of the Have More Fun in Your Mom Coaching Biz Challenge. And I'm your hostess, Kathy Stoll, and I cannot wait to get started. So if you're watching the replay, I would love it if you hit a hashtag replay. I'm a little fuzzy right now. My camera keeps doing this today. All right. Otherwise, make sure to, if you want to be getting the daily worksheet that comes with each day of the challenge, you can also sign up for it at the link below, above and below. I'll make sure you can get those because there's going to have some space. Oh, here we are. There, I feel more focused now. There's going to be space in each one of those daily worksheets to contain all the tidbits I'm going to be sharing today on and in the following 4 more days of how to really crank up the fun dial in your mom coaching biz, because the funds follow the fun. That is what I have discovered lately, and I have been meditating on and getting my mind blown a lot lately, so I couldn't contain this all in. So every day I'm going to come in here like this and just riff off of the worksheet, and I have a plan. I'm calling it my fun sandwich because today I am going to show you just a little snapshot of your human design, because that is what happened to me. I have discovered human design and it already has changed everything in my business in a good way. And it's like magic, but it's actually science. And what was revealed in my chart is that it's so important for me, especially, to focus on the fun, which is funny, no pun intended, because that's something I catch myself saying a lot, especially right around the pandemic started, right before. And this thing I said right before the pandemic became even more true, obviously, after the pandemic, because right before the pandemic, I made all these new friends in my community here. And I remember saying to them how you should have known me back in the day. I was fun back in the day. And of course, the pandemic, and then it became even more recluse, sticking close to the home fires. Love my business so much. I just lost sight of fun Kathy. Then fast forward just in the last 6 to 8 months, discovering human design, implementing what has been revealed for me in there. I started embracing and deciding to make my business more fun again. And in the next 4 days, today and the next 4 days until Friday, I'm going to share with you every day the insides of my fun sandwich. And the reason I keep saying fun sandwich is because today is going to be the first slice of the bread. On Friday, it's going to be the last slice of the bread. In between, there's fun. And fun, surprise, surprise, is an acronym. The first slice of the bread, though, really quick today, I want to just show you something in your chart that we are going to lean on for these 5 days of the 5-day challenge for you to use as an anchor on knowing what my authority is in my human design chart. I'm going to listen to which way I should take the fun, because often fun is a decision. So knowing my authority has been the catalyst of the fun exploding my business being a sacral authority. It's really important for me, especially to listen to what lights up my sacral. Other authority, of course, bring the fun on, but just to have some awareness on what you should be listening to energetically within your body and moving forward from that. And having confidence that, okay, no more flip-flopping on decision making or second guessing my own inner knowing, because that's not fun. That is just spinning out, second guessing yourself. And as a coach, it's really important that we show up with confidence and we have that clarity. And it's important because just like fun, that energy is what's going to attract our ideal clients to us. And everyone's going to have fun in the process. So the first slice of the bread, we are going to just get some clarity on why it's so important to have fun in your mom coaching biz. The last day on Friday, this last piece of bread, I'm going to show you my 3-step process on attracting clients, mom coaching clients with that energy, plus some practical strategies in my own proven process. And in between is fun, F-U-N. So tomorrow we're going to focus on the F, which stands for follow what lights you up. Despite if you're sacral authority or not, I'm going to show you how you could be inspired to what you find fun and how to explore what fun could look like in your life, and then translating that into your business. Wednesday is for you and fun, which stands for unearth your own inner knowing. So really stepping into your expertness and just how to show up in a more fun way as an expert in your own specific niche as a mom coach. And N is to notice when you're not having fun anymore. What are the signs when things aren't fun? And it's very important that you have your radar kind of beep, 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 looking out for this. Because if you're not having fun, that is going to come across to your audience, your followers. It's going to affect how you show up consistently or not. And just that je ne sais quoi is off. And like my mom says, people, well, my mom doesn't say, I say this, people are just overgrown babies. My mom says this part, babies are like horses. They can smell energy. They can smell when you're fearful, right? And fear too is like the opposite of fun. And just like when she was holding Edie, my now 17-year-old, when she was a baby, and Edie would just relax into her arms and stop crying. My mom's like, babies are like horses. They can smell your fear. Your next client is like a horse. She could smell the fun, and that fun is reflecting on you showing up, loving your business. And oh my God, how fun would it be to work with you? We're going to show them. Okay, but first, really quick, why the fun? Why is this so important? So I have a couple of theories. First of all, I see it working in my own business, consciously choosing. So again, get it really strong on and aware of what your decision-making process is like, and that in your worksheet. I'm going to show you where to look for your authority. In just a moment, we're going to get into that. But really quick, why? That energy. Okay, so really quick, this is the energy. So the quote is, the energy that put that baby in there is the energy that is going to get that baby out. This is a quote from Ina May Gaskin. If you've been following me for any amount of time, you know I'm super passionate about natural birth. And because of that passion, a lot of the metaphors in my coaching is around the birthing process, a lot. That's why I call myself often the midwife for your mom coaching biz dreams. I will sit there on my hands and allow, again, the you and fun, allow you to unearth your own inner knowing. It's just reminding you that you know what the next step is inside. But in the actual birthing human department, I remember reading a lot of Ina May Gaskin books, primarily the one Spiritual Midwifery. The reason I read it is because, first of all, it's so important to surround yourself with positive birthing stories, both in actual giving birth, but I see your coaching biz aspirations is giving birth to your dream of this sacred calling, this very important work of being a coach for moms is birthing this dream. There's so many parallels, and we're going to get this into how you could come up with your own metaphors, something that lights you up. The birthing process really, I find fun just because it was two of the coolest things I ever done was giving birth to my kids. I'm in awe of how that happened so beautifully. So anyways, but another little tidbit, what that quote from Ina May means is hopefully you conceiving that baby was a fun experience. It's not fun for everyone, but let's just assume it was kind of fun. That same energy is going to make the birthing process that much sooner. So when I was giving, this is a little TMI, but when I was giving birth, actually with both kids, I made my husband make out with me. I'm like, kiss me, like, right? So that same energy. And it was kind of silly. And that was another intention of mine too. I made a whole bunch of jokes when I was in labor with both kids, just moving with that advice. Lighten up the mood. Relax your jaw. When you're smiling and laughing and joking, your jaw relaxes, your body relaxes, and you just surrender into the process. Apparently, there's a connection between the jawbone and the nether regions. If you relax up here, you're going to relax down there. So, same thing. If we can have fun with showing up in your business, everything, I call it the sales uterus, where you're attracting your ideal client with a really clear niche statement, which includes who your target mom is, what struggle is she contending with these days, and what is the result that you are purposely designed your coaching package to deliver. That is basically the bones of your coaching biz. I see fun as breathing inspiration into that entity itself, right? So the energy that got that dream of you seeing yourself as a really successful mom coach, making a full-time income between the hours of when you drop the kids off at school, when it's time to go pick them up again. And then when they're home, you can just start making dinner and, veg out on the couch together, whatever ritual you have to reconnect with your kids when they come home, is from that point to birthing to like, okay, I'm getting a rhythm here of that sales uterus of attracting my ideal client, nurturing them in that womb. That is my 4x1 marketing plan. And then birthing out dream client after dream client. Fun is that, that breath of life. So there's a similar parallel too here with human design that kind of blows my mind. So going over to mybodygraph.com, the link is in today's worksheet. Go and open up, it's free, a profile, and you plunk in your time of birth, location, and there too, you will see this is basically how you're meant to show up. You'll also see it's going to be confusing. So I pointed in the worksheet to just mark down just very simple basic information for now, but you're going to see a whole bunch of red lines and black lines. There is a list of black symbols on the right side, and there's a list of red symbols on the left. What kind of blew my mind when I'm like, what's up with the red and black? The black is those little like symbols is how the stars and planets were aligned the second that you were born. The red area is where the stars and planets were lined up the moment in which your soul dropped into your body, kind of like your personality, you being you. And that is according to this science, 6 months in utero. So that's what that's all about. So I see the parallel here. When we come up with the 4x1, which is my recipe for really making your business rock, simple way for you to show up in your business consistently. We get the bones. Fun is how you are going to add your unique special spice that is you, with all your personal interests, weird analogies that I have, whatever like turns you on. So we're going to get into that in the fun sandwich this week. But just know this is why fun is so important. This is what breathes life into your business framework. And again, people are like horses. They're going to pick up. They're going to be like, I want some of what she's having, right? Like that Harry met Sally scene. It's like, okay, whatever she's having, I want. So you showing up, enjoying yourself, coming up with your own ideas because you're seeing it from your own unique perspective. And that's what fun delivers. And then also, I want to say finally, but really there's so obvious many reasons you want to have more fun in your mom coaching biz. Um, but it's because it works. And you know what is the most fun of all, both for you as a coach and for your clients, is creating results. So looking at your niche statement, I help your target mom with a specific struggle so they can get the specific result, and have that be your anchor statement each morning right before you show up to work. It's like, how can I help this mom who's struggling with this so she can get this result? Applying that statement into your own business, so self-coaching yourself every day and being the proof in your own pudding. That is fun when you get results for yourself. So, i.e., my niche statement is I help mom coaches who are struggling with getting clients create clients. That is fun. There's nothing more fun than getting a new client. Like, you might notice when you have a new client sign on, like you do this like woo happy dance because it's fun. I'm like, oh yeah, I get to help another mom. You might notice that new clients come in waves, but this builds confidence. This is like, yes, this is evidence that what I'm doing here is working. And you're going to see having more fun in your business is what's going to really make it work. And then coaching yourself to remember to have fun every day, because fun is a decision. Speaking of decision, this is the perfect segue with checking out the authority. So moving forward into the fun sandwich, we are going to look at all those other areas I mentioned, such as your energy type, your not self theme, your signature, etc. But right now we're going to look at your authority. So this is going to be your primary decision making pondering moment. So just to have awareness here, what I'm doing in my coaching business now is I am doing a level 2 read with all of my one-on-one clients, a level 1 read with all my Mama Bliss coaching school students, and keeping that information handy. So when I start seeing themes and a struggle in their business coming up over and over again, we can check out, okay, what's going inside, what's happening inside your chart. Let's just bring awareness. Awareness is everything. So looking at your authority, there's, I think, like 5 different authorities. But today we're going to look at authority. We're going to look at all the other areas in the coming days. If you mark down or notice that where it says your authority, emotional, you are going, or you do already, you experience roller coasters of emotion more so than someone who doesn't have this authority. So you, when you're making decisions, need to wait until your emotional roller coaster is at a standstill. So emotions might be going woo before you make a decision. Make sure that your emotional, you're at a more neutral place. And then once you're at a neutral place, then you're going to move on to your sacral to make a decision. Before we move on to the sacral, I want you to write down, if you wrote down emotional in the area of notes on your authority, to write down the assignment of having a mood board, a daily mood check-in for the next 60 days, because there is often a pattern for those who have emotional authority with their moves. This is very natural and it's awesome to have awareness. So if you want to have fun, you could be like, okay, I'm going to make myself a calendar, and then you can go to the stationery store and you can, or a teacher store, you can get those little like emotional stickers, like a happy face, a sad face, a scared face, or some other kind of tracking system that's fun for you. And you will see that there is typically a pattern. So you are aware of, okay, this is normal for me to be down in the dumps for a couple of days every 15 days or so. But do this for 60 days, and then you'll start to see what your emotional patterns are. And then wait until you come to neutral before you make a decision. Those of us, this sacral authority, we really need to check in with what truly lights us up when making decisions. So fun is especially important for us. So those with emotional authority, come to neutral, move on to your sacral, and listen. When decisions are to be made in your business, is it kind of like a like a cave person? Is it a grunt yes or a or a no? Try to fill up your days with more grunty yeses. So this is how you're going to make decisions. You're not going to make decisions from questions that are open-ended. See if you can reframe or let your loved ones know that you respond best with yes or no, this or that, and then listen to that initial gut response, or right? So get into that habit. I've been practicing this a lot. And then your little assignment, remind yourself, look at everything that makes up your business in your life, take inventory, and then cross out as many as you possibly can that aren't for right now. And that's more we have yes, light up sacral tasks in our business, the more we're going to inspire others, the more we're going to like show up with an energy that is going to be attractive. And doing this check-in, it will never lead you wrong. If you are splenic, you need to follow your intuition. Listen to those little nudges. This is another muscle you need to practice. So making sure that you are open to, it's almost like these random hits or random thoughts that seem to come out of nowhere, or these like little whispers. And it's like, okay, I'm going to follow this. My intuition is guiding me towards this. If you are ego authority, lucky you, you get to be selfish. So this is like the perfect challenge for you. Really go for the fun. This is a very rare authority, so good for you. But yeah, in business, just go for what you like and be unapologetic about it. Those who are self-projected authorities, it's very important for you to kind of think your decisions out loud. So bouncing your ideas off others. This one's fun. This is my daughter, actually. So having this awareness of her has been really interesting. You'll see authority is mental or none. And you are meant to observe your environment. So the analogy here is like you're a bird up in a tree and you have this really great perspective. You're reading the room really well. The fun thing with this is my daughter, her name, her name is Edie, but we always call her Dee Dee Bird in the house. Just kind of like each kid has like 5 different nicknames. One of hers is Dee Dee Bird. Like we call her that all day long. So I'm like, how perfect that Dee Dee Bird is the bird on the tree. As a projector, she is looking and like assessing out the situation before she comes to a decision. And finally, if you have no inner authority, you need to sit, it's not very convenient, but you need to sit with a decision for 28 days and the answer will come to you. So you need to just allow a lot of time to sit with the decision. And you also need to be alone. So make sure you aren't picking up the influence of other people with their defined energy centers making an influence on you. You just really need to be by yourself and have lots of time, ideally every 28 days with a theme, sit with it, and then you can move on to the next. Isn't that fun? It sounds fun, but it's really fun when you actually implement this. And I really hope that you continue to join us for the rest of the fun sandwich. We start tomorrow with F, how to follow your fun, and what follows, what lights you up, bringing awareness to that. And we will see you inside here tomorrow. I don't know exactly what time, but I'll put the schedule up and thanks. Leave any questions down below and I'll also put a link for you to get tomorrow's worksheet in case you're not on the list. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.